Good morning, everybody. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I hope you can. This is Juice. We are back with another video, bringing that good food we always do every Sunday morning to you guys. A little bit tardy. We had a meeting. Missed meeting. I went a little long, so kind of held us back a little bit. But today we are going to come from a topic that I think is probably the most difficult thing for any of us to understand or to comprehend or to go through. It's literally, I think this is the most difficult thing for Christians or people who are believers of God, or whatever you want to call yourself. I think that this is the most important or the hardest thing for us to do, the most difficult thing for us to do. And the topic today is going to be turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Especially my youth, I know that's the hardest thing to do. Because it's a fine line, right? You want to turn the other cheek, but you also don't want to be no pushover. You don't want to be no sellout, right? So I got Brother K. Ron here with me today. Since the Neji's a little bit tardy, and since Tabitha's also busy at the moment, so it'll just be the two men coming at you today, bringing you some good stuff. So we're going to be reading from Luke 6, verses 27 through 30. Luke 6, verses 27 through 30. And I'm reading from NLT. It says, "But to who are willing to listen, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who hurt you. If someone slaps you on the cheek, offer the other cheek also. If someone demands your coat, offer your shirt also. Give to anyone who asks, and when things are taken away from you, don't try to get them back. Do to others as you would like them done to you." Sorry, I went all the way 31, but I thought it fit. I thought it was appropriate too. So I'll read that really quickly again. But to who are willing to listen, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who hurt you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, offer the other cheek also. If someone demands your coat, offer them your shirt also. Give to anyone who asks, and when they are taken from you, don't try to get them back. Do to others as you would like done to you. Wow. Like I said, I think that's the most difficult thing for all of us. I think that's the most difficult thing for all of us to understand, and the most difficult thing for all of us to do, because it takes a lot of patience and a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of there's a lot of strength, and I think that's where we get it confused. I think we think strength is when you actually do fight, right, and you show the physical strength, right. But I think there's so much more strength shown in the person that can take all of the abuse, take all of the hate, but still turn away, and still say, "I still love you anyway."
Yeah.
I think that's like the real strength, right? When somebody mistreats you, but you can still treat that person with the same respect and dignity that they haven't shown you, that's the real strength, right? So for me, I think that's why it's so hard, because nobody likes to be pushed over, nobody wants to be bullied, nobody ever wants to feel like they're a sucker or whatever you want to call it, but what must be done in order for us to move forward.
Just to go along with what you're saying, I feel like the greatest example of that would probably be boxing. Like, they're called fighters, professional fighters at that, for a reason. And that being, it takes a lot to get hit, get tagged, get, beat up on, and show restraint. Because, everybody know when you fighting, if you get hit, everybody just want to just start swinging and going crazy. But no, as a professional fighter, your job is to show restraint, remember your training, and go by what you guys did in training camp. Those are the strongest, most mentally tough fighters on the planet. Well, some of them. You got kickboxing and all that other extra type of stuff. So that stuff is kind of crazy. But even in that stuff, like, people come in with a game plan. This is what we're going to do, A, B, and C. This is how we're going to win this fight. And no matter how hard you get hit, you got to stick with that. So, like I said, we got real life examples of the fact that restraint is the ultimate form of strength. Even in fighting, professional fighters show it. So, just that to tag along to what you were saying.
Yeah, I think that is very important, man. Like, hey, you know how difficult it is for someone to tell you and show you through actions, and but I only work through action that they don't like you, or like they hate you, like they don't like your guts. We'll be beefing. You know how much it really, if that person really, you seen that person walking on the side of the street, and they was sweating and you seen them about to pass out. You know how much strength that still walked over there and said, yo, even though you did all that to me, I'm gonna still show you love in the whip. I got you. Come on, get in the whip. I'll take you where you gotta go. I'll give you my shirt off my back. You need $2? I'll give you my $2. Like, and I'm using those small numbers because we talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how much that, like, you know how hard that is to see somebody who really be beefing with you for no reason at all, right? You ain't did nothing to that person, they just don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know they don't like you. They make it known they don't like you. But yet that same person is in the time of need and you have to go help them. That's crazy. It's the toughest thing to do. Like, and I believe that's really what God do to us a lot of times, bro. Like, because you're a Christian and because you know better, I feel like that's how I feel like you get tested a lot with that. Like, okay, that person don't like you. Well, let me see what you're gonna do. Let me see if you're gonna respond the same way. But a lot of times, that person don't like you for no reason, or they're hating on you for no reason. A lot of times, they really want to be your friend. That's what I found.
Yeah,
they really want to be your friend,
or they want to be you,
or they want to be you. And they really don't know how to. They don't really know how to go about it. So when you show that person a level of Christianity about yourself and show a level of like just pure genuineness and be like, yo, even though you don't like me, here go these $2, bro. Get yourself a bag of Skittles out the up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm eating lunch and you want lunch. Okay, here, like, you know how much that really shows a person? Like, yo, that's the strength. Like, the strength comes in showing somebody, I know you hate me, but I still love you anyway. I had an experience where, right, this happened maybe a month and a half ago. Right, I'm getting my car washed. Right, now at the car wash, they have a member side, and they have a side where anybody can come and get their car washed. Mm-hmm. Now in the member side, it's usually very short lines. You can skip the line. You get vacuums. The vacuum suction is very strong, right, and all of that good stuff. So you pay your monthly membership. I pay my monthly membership every month for my car to get washed or whatever. I go and do it myself. I just go vacuum and get all that stuff right taken care of. Right. So I'm in there one day, doing my thing, taking my time, got the music playing, but it's in my ear, not loud or nothing. My lady just walks into me and say, you've been here too long. You need to be a member to be here in the side. Wow. Now, I'm in Boca, right? Right? So we all understand kind of how that works. Right? She goes, yeah, you've been here too long, and you're supposed to be a member to be here. So what did I do? I didn't get upset with her. I didn't get out of pocket with her or nothing like that. I simply just said, I said, it's okay. I said, I mean, I might be a member, I might not. I'm digging them in a little bit. I said, I might be a member, I might not, but it's cool though. I'm with it. I appreciate your concern. Just like that. Put my headphones in, came back to vacuum my car, wiping my mats down, whatever. Now she proceeds to go and tell the person that works there, oh, this guy doesn't belong. He's not a member. No problem. Guy comes over, asks am I a member, showing the little member card, whatever. No problem. Go back again for my thing is. Now I looked at her kind of sideways, but I didn't say anything. I looked at her and was just like, it's been a long week. It's been one of the moments. But then I had to think to myself, Keith, show this lady how a young black man handles a situation like this, as opposed into feeding into what she already believes and what she thinks. I could have snapped. I could have lost my mind. I could have been like, yo, Luke, whatever. I could have. But guess what's crazy? I backed my car up. I got into the washing machine. Go get my car washed. Her car gets stuck to the. Her car behind me gets stuck in the washing machine. She can't open her door. Now guess what? It's position. I can either keep on moving, act like I don't see nothing, and keep on going. Now she's stuck. Mm-hmm. Or I can get out, get my nice shoes dirty, get wet, go through the little mops. It'll help her. That's what I decided to do. I go help her. Now guess what? Oh God, you're so sweet. Thank you. You know what? I really want to apologize for what I said to you earlier. I didn't mean anything by it. I was just having such a no reason to explain. See, I told her no reason to explain. I said it's all good. No problem. So you need help with anything else? No, it's okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. So from that moment on, I just changed her whole narrative about any black man that she has to deal with. So if she now hates black people or black men or whatever it is that she has stigma about, she can no longer hold on to that because I just debunked it. Mm-hmm. By showing her, yo, I ain't got no problem with you. That's your problem. And showing her really what we're capable of. That's all I got. I know it's a long story. But
no, it's good because I got me a little story too.
Go ahead.
This one thing happened, kind of just to go along with what Keith was talking about. I work on, for those who nobody probably knows, but I work as a security guard, as armed security, mostly Jewish places, so synagogues and Hebrew schools and that type of thing. So, you know, the Hebrew school I work at, I've been there for 4.5, going on 5 years now. Been there a while. Everybody kind of knows me. People know who my fiance is. People know that I have a kid, and most of them know that I have one on the way now. So this isn't a secret. But I guess this one new girl, she just is kind of figuring everything out. So all she knew was that I was engaged. That's all she knew. So she comes and asks me. She asks me. Now normally we have decent conversations. She hasn't ever showed me nothing crazy. But she comes to me and she's like, "Hey, when you guys getting married?" I said, "Well, you know, we're probably gonna put a hold on that for a minute, being that she's pregnant. You don't want to put a pregnant woman down the aisle. It's kind of odd. She would rather fit a ring, fit a dress, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Before we go through that." And she was like, "Oh, she's pregnant now?" I was like, "I said, yeah, she's pregnant now." She said, "Is it yours?" I said, "Huh? What, like, I gave a little funny face, but I mean, who else's would it be unless you know something I don't know, trying to play it off, be funny, ha ha, kiki. So I'm thinking by this little joke, she'll understand, okay, that was a little overboard. Let me stop this line of questioning. Nope, kept going. She said, "Was it yours?" It's like, I'm playing around, who else would it be, all that type of stuff. It's like, "Oh, no, I was just asking." And then, we're in conversation with another lady who knows, again, all of my situation. And my son Dash comes up. She's like, "Oh, you already have one?" And I'm in my head like, "Oh, here we go." I say, "Yeah, I do. We already have one." From her, right? It's hers, right? I'm like, "Bro, what do you think we are?" Like,
what are you insinuating?
I don't understand. So now, by this time, everybody that I've told the story by this time says I would have snapped. I would have told her, because she's a little heavy set, so I'd have told her, like, "You fat, you ain't got no husband." Like, everybody was like, "Bro, I would have snapped on her by this time," because she just is disrespect at this point. But I was like, "You know what? Let me chill. Let her make it." And she proceeds to ask another crazy question. I forgot what the question was. I think it has something to do with Oh no, it wasn't a crazy question. It was a statement she made. It's like, yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, in our culture, we normally, how it works is you date, then you marry, and then the babies, not the other way around." So I was like, you know what? I could snap right now, or I could use this opportunity to teach. Going along with what Keith is saying, well, how Keith said, "You know what? I'm using this opportunity to show this lady how a young black man actually acts and how he presents himself." I was like, you know what? I'm not going to snap. I'm not going to retaliate. They already look at black people as baboons and monkeys and crazy people. So I'm going to take this opportunity to teach. I said, "Well, no, sweetheart. Every culture thinks that way. Every culture in America believes that date, marry, kids is how it should go. However, things happen, and not everybody goes that route, or that's not the route that happens with everybody. That doesn't mean it's weird. That doesn't mean it's odd. It's just people took different routes. At the end of the day, the same thing is getting done. We're getting married. We have kids. We're building a family. Different order, but the same thing got done. But again, it's not just your culture that practices that way. You say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." No, it's fine. You have a great day. And she came back and she apologized and she was like, I don't know, because all I know is Jewish culture, so I'm asking questions. I said, yeah, but when you ask questions, just be aware of how you can come off. Because the fact that would you have asked any of your Jewish counterparts these questions? No, because you automatically assume that that's how they operate. So instead, ask me how we operate. Don't throw the assumption in that, oh, that might not be yours and this one might not be yours. That's an assumption that you made. Ask questions and I can answer them. We have no issues. Just ask questions next time. Ask the right questions the correct way instead of asking a question with an assumption in your head.
Right. Because if you would have just asked me, "How many kids you have?" I would have said, "Oh yeah, me and my wife have two kids." You would have been like,
easy.
Obviously, what that means he got his wife, they got 2 kids. Okay, let me start asking because that makes
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta ask questions the right way. You don't do it with an assumption. But again, long road, long twisting, turning road. Just to say, when people have oughts with you or have present you with difficult situations, just use it as a teaching moment. Don't use it as a moment to retaliate or get back. Use it as a teaching moment. Now, of course, what we're talking about is just verbal attacks. I'll let Keith take away the physical attacks.
Nah, bro, physical attacks, you can jump on that. I haven't mastered that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me stop playing. Nah, honestly, man, physical attacks is yeah,
that's tough.
Turn the other cheek is tough.
That's tough.
I'm not gonna lie to you. as a leader of Juice and the youth leader, turn that other cheek when it comes to physical abuse is to me, it depends on the situation. And I think you have to be able to decipher between when it's appropriate for you to turn the other cheek and when it's not. So, that might not be what Apostle and First Lady want to hear when they go back and watch this. So they might be a little tight with me, but yeah, I think it depends on the situation, man. You know what I'm saying? If you causing physical abuse or harm to my son or to my wife, all that goes out the door for me. All that goes out the door. You got to hold this. You got to catch this. That's just what it is. I can take a little bit to myself more, but even then, if it comes to me, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to defend myself.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? But the key word is defend myself. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to cause the situation. All right. I'm never going to be I'm having a brain fart. I'm never going to start the situation. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to incite the situation, but I will definitely be finishing the situation.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest.
So I'm gonna let you talk because I know that's not what they want to hear.
Well, here's the thing.
First lady gonna be upset, but yeah.
Here's the thing. There's a couple of ways to look at this, and like Keith said, it's a situation type of thing. For me, I've turned the other cheek physically before. On multiple people, I turned the other cheek on my brother one time when we got into it. I turned the other cheek on a girl that I was talking to at another time. With my brother, we just kind of got into it about something really stupid. I just pushed him and tried to all right, let me let it go. He kind of started choking me. And it was like, in this present moment, I could do what I know to do to get out of a chokehold and really hurt him. Or I could just be like, bro, chill. This finna go to a place that it don't need to go to over a push. Chill. So I just let him choke me. And when he was done, I left. And that was it. Now, again, most people would think that shows weakness. But in reality, that's restraint. Because I know how to get out of a chokehold. But the way I know how to get out of it, he would have been hurt. I would have been missing. He would have been hurt if I'd have actually tried to get out of the chokehold. So it's like, all right, bro, you don't do that to your blood brother, yet alone your brother in Christ. You know what I mean? And then the other situation was a girl that I was talking to. Now, this one might be a little overboard for some of the younger kids. So if you under 15, cover your ears. This girl I was talking to at the moment. We stopped talking at a certain moment, and she wanted some type of closure, and that's a trap, by the way. Just don't fall for that. You break up with somebody, they talk about, oh, let's get closure. That's a trap. Don't fall for that. But so she's wants closure, so we go out to Steak and Shake. I'm thinking this ain't no date. We go Steak and Shake $4.99. It ain't nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to her, give her some closure. So she offers me, she's like, listen, let's just be friends with benefits. If you know what that is, you know what it is. If you don't, you don't. Don't worry about it. She offered, let's just be friends with benefits. And I said, no. She said, well, why? What, you don't find me attractive anymore? I said, no, it's just, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's not my, that ain't my discipline. That ain't my thing. I ain't really with that type of thing. Cocks back and smacks the poop out of me. Like a real slap. It's so in this moment, I could retaliate in some kind of way. She's in my car. I could throw her out the car. Well within my right, she slapped me. I could cuss her out. I could yell at her because there's more than one way to retaliate to something physical. You can retaliate, with your tongue, pause. And you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different ways you can retaliate when you get assaulted or anything like that. But I could have did any number of things, but I elected to say, you know what? Let's just go home. I'm going to take you home. Because you're tripping right now. So I'm going to take you home. Took her home. That was it. I don't know if she learned her lesson after that about putting her hands on guys. I don't know. But for me, I took pride in that because, again, anybody I tell that story, oh no, I would have snapped on her neck, I'd have blah, 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 did this, I'd do that. It's yeah, but then what does that get you at the end? You know what I'm saying?
No, you're going to jail.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just, it gets you nowhere in the end. You're done.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
You're done, buddy.
Yeah, your life is over, pretty much.
So it's all right, the restraint possibly saved my life. She was a small girl. She's 5'5". She wasn't big. So anything I did to her physically could have been catastrophic. Something I thought was small could have been catastrophic for her. And then I come, the caveat in that is I come later to find out that she put false allegations on somebody later on, somebody that she dated. So knowing that this is that type of person, I definitely would have went to jail that night had I retaliated. But I'm using all these funny examples just to say what Keith said, reiterate it. When it comes to physical attacks, the Bible also says we got to obey the letter of the law. And according to the law, you ain't supposed to be putting your hands on me. And if I retaliate in self-defense, I'm not wrong. So, in certain situations, when you feel like you have to defend yourself, cool. I will say, and this is going to sound crazy, y'all might not agree, somebody hit you and walk away, let it be, bro. Just let it be. It happened. Let it go. I'm going to tell you why. Now, look. Now, here's the thing. Going with the letter of the law thing that I was talking about earlier, if you chase somebody down and hit them, now you are charged with assault. So there's a reason for these things. If he hit you and walk away, you got that. You got that. If somebody is assaulting you, you can defend yourself. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Of course, God would rather we, flee the scene and, I don't want to put my hands on you. I don't want to hurt you. That's what would rather happen. But at the end of the day, they say we in the world and not of the world. But in the world, you don't defend yourself, you die, you get hurt. Other people around you get hurt. So I do believe in defending yourself. Like I said, pastor, bishop and first lady, they might look back and be like, "Hey man, I need to talk to y'all."
Yeah, they definitely want to talk to me.
But
the first lady will agree with you. If somebody assaults you, hits you, and runs away, she'll agree with you because she's very turn the other cheek.
Oh no, on that part, I'm talking about if somebody is assaulting
you missed the first
I'm defending myself in that situation. But again, if somebody hits you and they're gone, you got that. You won.
That's why I said I think it's appropriate for him to have the conversation about it, because for me, Apostle President will definitely have a conversation with us, because you hitting me and running away. There's no such thing as hitting me and running away. No such thing. You know what I'm saying? I know. Yeah, we gonna grab you something. You're not getting away. It just doesn't work that way. I don't understand how that. No, I'm gonna grab you. Something's gonna happen.
The best offense is a good defense.
I'm gonna grab something and throw something. Something's gonna hit you. You know what I mean?
It's really interesting what you guys are talking about, because the day before yesterday, I went up to court and someone asked about turning the left. I was shocked when you mentioned turning the other cheek. And so I think the person who responded was Jewish and said usually if a Jewish person slaps you traditionally, it's a backhand like that. They don't slap like that. They slap from left to right. So they slap with their right hand.
So it's the most disrespectful of slaps.
It's the most disrespectful. But when you now turn the other cheek, that means you're trying to tell, because you can start with an open palm, but that's just like when you're a small kind of reprimand. But the backhand one is serious. So the idea that Jesus was teaching them is that when you're slapped, just turn the other cheek. It's going to force a Jewish person to walk away, because if they now turn the other cheek, they now have to open their palm and slap the other way. So which means that they took back that disrespect that they gave them with the backhand. And so they're now even. So a Jewish man, when he slaps you like that, he's not going to take it. But he meant what, he's very, very disrespectful. They will walk away, and that ends the argument. And I was like, I never knew that.
That's why I think that.
I never knew that.
That's why I think this is the hardest challenge for us as Christians to deal with. Again, loving someone who hates you, giving to somebody who doesn't deserve it, turning the other cheek. Those are the hardest things to do. I would honestly say that those are the hardest things to do. Because again, even in today's society, at school, there's a fine line. You don't want to be labeled as the person who I can hit and keep on pushing.
Indeed.
Right? You don't want to be labeled as that person. So there's definitely a fine line and a gray area. I just don't know what that gray area is, and I don't want to say it because I don't want Apostle First Lady to kill me. But yeah, I don't think, no, bro. I'm teaching my son now. If somebody hit you, you gotta hit him back, bro. Right?
Well, you know what? In closing, I will say what I believe the gray area is. I believe that the best way to understand the gray area in this is understanding people. When you understand a person and their motives for why they do what they did, it becomes easier to not retaliate but respond correctly. Again, in the situation with the girl when she hit me, I understood where she was coming from. She was just faced with the ultimate level of rejection as a woman. And like I said, this is a little extra, but mhm. Like I said, this is a little extra. But if you're younger than 15, please tune out. if a woman is like a woman offering you her body is like the ultimate level of respect they can give you. So for a man to say no, I don't want it, she felt like less than, and I had to understand that at a moment's notice to not respond. Like I just made this girl feel like dirt. I'm not intending that. I'm intending just to keep myself together, but she feels like dirt from this response. So I can't. I'm gonna add salt to the wound and hit her back, or push her, or say mean things about her, or spread rumors about. Why?
Well, we talking about a woman. This is a whole different situation in general.
Oh, no, of course. I'm just using that as an example.
As a man, you just can't put your hands on a woman in no shape or form.
For sure.
Right? They hit you.
That's good context, like.
Yeah, for definitely.
The thought behind her aggression. You know what I'm saying?
But even in a man's case, like if a man decides to put it, like any man that wants to put his hands on you and walk away, first off, is scared. He just reacted. That's first and foremost. Because real men, if me and Keith have a problem and we want to put hands on each other, we going to duke it out, and then we going to hug and make up after that. But we going to do what we got to do. Any other man that's like, I just want to slap you and walk away, like he just reacted.
Yeah, he get it.
Like, again, I get it. Most people is not going to let you get away with that. But if you understand the mind frame of a person that's just like, I don't know what else to do, so this is what I'm going to do, even though I know I can't win this battle. I'm probably going to lose if I stick around for this. So I'm just going to do something and get it out the way. It's like, and then you got to think about what would drive a man to hit somebody and walk away. Like, what would drive a man to put his hands on another man and then try to walk away from the situation? Not really stay and deal with the situation. I just want to hit you and walk away. That's just a trauma response. That's just I don't know what else to do, and I'm gonna hit you and I'm gonna walk away type of thing. So that's why it's like if you really sit down and try to understand why the person is accosting you. Now again, there's a whole bunch of other examples in here, like giving clothes to a person who tried to take yours, and there's a whole bunch of other examples. But I feel like those are the more easier ones. When you start talking about physical assault, that's the tough one. That's the super tough one. That's the one that almost seems impossible. But it is possible when you can sit back and understand, okay, this is why this person is doing this. Let me go ahead and, matter of fact, even before it gets to the assault, what leads up to the assault, it can be the understanding part of it.
See, for me, it wasn't even that deep. And I know I'm probably wrong for saying that. For me, it's just the situation.
True.
Right? If I walk out and I'm about to have an issue with somebody, if I'm by myself, he got 4 people, and I get hit, I gotta take it. I'm gonna take it. Now, when I get in my car and I put my window down, I'm gonna sell out a little bit, but I'm gonna take it. But if it's one-on-one, that's not gonna happen. Now, it's simple. Say it's a situation. If you do something to me in the car and you pull your window down and I see you got long dreads and you got golden mouth or something like that, I'm gonna probably be like, that's on me. You know the Y.E.S.E, the mask and Scully on or something. My bad, big bro. My bad, look, y'all good?
You good, twin?
Hey, my bad, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You good, twin?
If it's one of the Y.E.S.E, but if it's Uncle Tom, hey. You know what I'm saying? That's situational. It's situational. It depends. I'm gonna pick and choose my battles. You know what I'm saying? That's just smart. Gotta pick and choose the situations at hand. If you out in the public or you're at a space where you at a job function or something like that, you probably gotta take it. But if it's at a place where that's how I look at it. But it's not correct. That's not the way to do it, people. Ron is telling you guys the right way to do it. Right? And I'm learning now, and I have learned how to, I think I learned how to better understand what situation, in the situation you kind of retaliated, not seriously, but what I'm telling you guys is not the right way to do. Right? That's the way that I was taught. That's the way that I was brought up. That's how I learned. You pick and choose situations based on the numbers game, based on the situation, based on, the outer appearance. That's just what I did, right? But now I know better than I understand now. It's really based on, like you said, more of the mental frame. It's more of what caused this. Why are we in this situation? And a lot of times now I think about it, okay, before I react, what did I do? What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
what did I do? What could I have done better in order to make this situation not even get to this point? Because obviously, there's something I've done. We obviously have every now and we have that case where something you didn't do just happens. But for the most part, there's always something you could have done differently or better to not even allow that situation to get there. So that's when it comes to the self-reflection to say to yourself, okay, what did I do? My dad did not ever let me live that down. I can do anything. My dad would ask me, what did you do? But what that's so he let him talk. Okay, go ahead. Tell me your side of the story. This is not your dad. This is what did you do? And that comes with anything. That came with anything. I could tell him, Dad, my teacher gave me a C because of this and that and everything, yada yada. And she don't like me and this and that. And that teacher, we all got a teacher who say what's wrong. We all got that one teacher. That teacher don't like me. This, okay. She don't like you, but what did you do? Her not like you doesn't affect your grade. Well, so what did you do? There had to be something you did. That lady just don't like you for just don't like you. What did you do? He'll hear me out. He might go defend me, but in the day, when we get back home, what did you do? So just like with your friends, you're going to help your friend fight, but you're going to later, you're going to go, hey, girl, you was wrong. You was wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have done that. Hey, my dog, I ain't going to tell you, bro. I helped you got the situation, whatever, but, bro, don't put me in a situation again.
I'm telling you.
That's one thing I pray my wife never puts me in a situation to do, or she never has done, and I respect her for that. She will never, ever do, I don't believe, is put me in a situation where I have to go defend us because of her action. Right? And that's very important because she can be, you can be out, about to head something to her, and she, no, I'm good, this and no. I'm going to let her tell the guy no first before I approach. And based on how she responds is how that guy's going to respond. If she's just like, I'm not interested, thank you, the guy's going to be like, all right, I appreciate whatever. But if she want to get slick and this and that, now I got it. Mm-hmm. Just because her response. So you always have to be careful of the situation. That's where it comes to, like he said, think about everything before you do it. Because you can put somebody else in a situation, they ain't got nothing else to do with it. So we kind of went long-winded. We're going to continue this next week because there's something I think Mom had to say. And I think Sister Neji also was over there kind of picking the head a couple things. And there was something that Kiran said that kind of tweaked you too. Yeah. So we're going to definitely get back on this topic next week. Anything else you want to add, bro, before we wrap up?
That's why I chose a green wife. So she don't do all that.
My wife green too.
Yeah.